I want to thank the investigator, although he has somewhere there are mixture that I will correct. First, I told them, yes, I did not recognize the committee because I had two reasons. He had said one reason. Incidents of violation of the peace agreement are always investigated by citizens. It is a structure that it is an international structure. South Sudanese are also there with their parties. They investigate such incidents like that of Nasir. The reason I told them that I didn't accept the committee, he said correctly that of the citizen should do the investigation. Second, I said I'm first vice president. I have immunity.
Welcome to Jimosi podcast. Mm-hmm. So in today's court proceeding, Dr. Riek Machar stated that he does not recognize the committee that was established by the Minister of Justice to investigate him. Yeah. And here are the two reasons why he stated that. Mm-hmm. One of the reasons is that he said committee lacks jurisdiction because cases regarding ceasefire violations are investigated by the Ceasefire and Transitional Security Monitoring Mechanism, which is abbreviation CTSAM. Yeah. CTSAM. And reason number two, he also stated that he has immunity as a first vice president of South Sudan. Yeah. So let's listen to what he said in court regarding these two statements that I just paraphrased.
Okay. I want to thank the investigator, although he has somewhere there are mixture that I will correct. First, I told them, yes, I did not recognize the committee because I had two reasons. He had said one reason. Incidents of violation of the peace agreement are always investigated by citizens. It is a structure that it is an international structure. South Sudanese are also there with their parties. They investigate such incidents like that of Nasir. The reason I told them that I didn't accept the committee, he said correctly that of the citizen should do the investigation. Second, I said I'm first vice president. I have immunity.
All right, so those were the words of Dr. Riek Machar in court today. And like I said in the previous episode, there's an episode that I did with Akwe. We delve into the idea of if to reach a point that the two teams are not agreeing on one thing, especially when it comes to the court itself or any other thing, if they're all not agreeing.
Like things like immunity,
the competency of the court, how do they proceed from there? And we said, take for example the immunity now. The defense team or the Machar, of which Machar himself has said himself that him as a vice president, he has immunity. But the other side, the prosecution team are saying, no, you do not have a immunity. The person that has a immunity is the president. But again, it takes them back to what are they referring to? I know the ruling has already been done by the judges.
Yes.
They did it on Wednesday regarding the immunity, the competency of the court,
Yeah.
they have already done that.
Yes.
But now this side is already maintaining that they still have that immunity.
Yeah.
So how do they proceed? And this is where we said, for a case to move forward, the two sides have to agree on something.
Yeah.
So that we all move forward in the right direction. Other than that, it's just going to be argument from
Back
here.
and forth,
Yeah,
yeah.
this side is not accepting this and this side is not accepting that. And if we refer to, I don't know, like in some of the videos that we did, we have always posted the 2011 Constitution in the comment section. I don't know if you guys are reading it. We have also comment or posted the 2018 peace agreement there, so that you guys can always read for yourself.
And we'll do it again on
and
this
we'll
video.
do it on this video. And when we go to 2011 2011 Constitution, it talk of immunity to the president. And in the 2011 Constitution, we have vice president. In this case, we have a first vice president.
Yeah.
These are two different people. And if there are two different people, then you cannot say that the vice president that is in 2011 is applying to the first vice president.
Because you have 5 at the moment.
Because we have 5 at the moment.
Yeah.
When that 2011 Constitution was being written, it was referring to a president and vice president, only 2 following each other. But now we have more 5 others. And that's why Machar was the only one that was ranked as first vice president.
That's because they were doing a compromise, and he's one of the main actors or one of the main parties to the peace agreement or the peace deal. Yeah, so that the country can move forward at least instead of being held hostage. Yeah, and also if you look at those other vice presidents, as much as they have their own political parties, they don't have military.
And they don't have a strong voice.
Yes.
I don't know. Is it
So
a strong
I
voice?
believe that's kind of explains why Riek Machar became the first. And then after the first vice president, there's no ranking. Those other ones are just recognized as vice presidents. And I believe after the transitional period, we are going to start afresh with only one vice president, because 5 of them, it's just too much. It's costly. Yeah.
And if the 2018 peace agreement was implemented and the transitional period came to an end, then right now we'll be talking of the
Constitution only.
Of the 2011 Constitution, because we'll be having one vice president, and we would have gone for election, and we might have got a different president, right?
Yeah.
And a different vice president.
Who knows?
So, but because like the peace agreement itself was not implemented the way that it was, so all this time we are going to carry along with the 5 vice president. But with Machar in this case, maintaining him is a first vice president. 2011 Constitution referred to vice president.
Because the 2011 Constitution did not envision a situation whereby South Sudan would come to have multiple vice presidents. That's why it's only referring to one vice president. And in any other country in the world, we don't have multiple vice presidents. It's either a prime minister, a president, and a deputy president, or a president and a vice president. Only 2. We don't need like 6 people at the presidency level. Yeah.
And then again, there's this question of the ceasefire violation, which they say the Nasir incident is a ceasefire violation. But again, at the start of it, when it happened, there were a lot of conflicting issues there, with the White Army themselves saying, no, we are not affiliated with the Splm-Io. So if they're not affiliated with the Splm-Io, then it's not a ceasefire violation. But if they're affiliated with them, then it's a ceasefire violation, because they are now at one group, and this will be a ceasefire violation. But if they say no, like the way that they first stated it in March, based on some of the documents they were issuing, they were saying, no, we have no affiliation with them. with the Splm-Io. So how does it fall under the category of a ceasefire? Ceasefire between the government and the Splm-Io or other parties that had armies.
Mostly, But then in this case, I think he was referring to it as a ceasefire because there were so many wars going on, with the main civil war being that of 2013 to around 2016, right? So from that time, we've not really had like a peaceful coexistence. Within the government itself and also between the government and different militias, because you'll find different people attacking different locations at different times. So it's like there was no peace deal. The peace deal was not being implemented fully. And then according to something that Riek Machar said in this, he said that the problem is not the people. Okay, let me start from up. Machar went on to recount his communication with President Salva Kiir, security chiefs, and commissioners over renewed fighting in Nasir in March. He said he tried to prevent clashes between the government, Splm-Io, and the White Army. So those are three things that he's calling on. And then he said the problem is not the people. They take up arms because they don't trust the government and feel they must protect themselves. We need to bring youth into training and national service so they do not continue fighting.
Okay, we can address that on a later date, but because there are so many things there that I don't want to jump into it right now. All right, so
so it's like there was some sort of conflict between the two parties, that is IGIO and then the
White
Army militia. But here he's not clearly indicating if there's a link between the Splm-Io and the White Army or not. But again, he kind of talks of the Splm-Io being the one like in control of the Nasir region. So that means if some place is within your jurisdiction, then whatever happens in that place, you should always have answers to them, right? And also try as much as possible to control the situation. If, let's say, I'm not saying the White Army and Splm-Io are affiliated, but if they were not affiliated, why is it that it was only attacking the SSPDF and not the IO forces?
That's why I say it's something bit debatable and it can lead into different direction. So, but again, on Wednesday, statement for 4 people were read, and we already dealt with that. Those are Port Kang, Gabriel Duop, and the other 2 people. And today proceeding,
on Friday,
the Friday proceeding, it was Machar, Camilo, and Mading Yak. So can
Dominic
you,
also.
Dominic, the 3 people. So we have already listened to the Machar part. Can we please read for us what Camilo Gatwech told the investigator today?
He said, I was taken to National Security Service detention centers near the River Nile. I took 2 days there. On the March 6, 2025, I was brought here to National Security Headquarters. From that time, nobody told me why I am arrested.
Okay. What did Mading Yak Riek said as security personnel?
Okay. He acknowledged his detention but denied wrongdoing, saying, I was not informed of any charges and that he is currently awaiting clarification from the authorities.
Okay. What of the 4th person, Dominic Gatwech Riek, the generator operator?
Okay. He also expressed confusion over his arrest and said he was fully cooperative with the investigators, saying, I was taken without clear reason and have remained in custody since. I hope the court will clarify why I am here.
So what we have seen among these 3 people, Camilo, Mading, and Dominic, is that three of them have stated that they were arrested, detained, but no reason given. And it took several days before the investigator came in, Wani.
Yeah.
And in other countries or in other part of the world where these cases are handled properly or any kind of arrests are handled properly, if you are arrested, you are supposed to be given the reason of your arrest at the point of arresting.
Yes.
And then you are told of what you're supposed to do to address
your rights
and what's supposed to do to address the issue itself, how to move forward.
Yeah, and you're also informed that you have a right to a lawyer or an advocate. You can contact a lawyer of your choice to come and defend you. Yeah.
So what has been happening is that in South Sudan, the national security, the people that always arrest people, have been doing all this along. And nothing has ever brought it to light.
Yeah.
Because all the cases are handled behind closed door. You are either killed in detention or you are released with no charges. But in this case, it was different because they put Machar they put Machar in the mix.
And Podcast.
Yes, and Podcast and Gabriel Dwop.
Yeah.
And these other person, all of them like important people in society. So this case, you could not just let it go like that. You could not just release them after a few days and say, let them go.
It's also a matter of public interest, right?
Yes. And you have to prove your point that there's a reason why you are arresting them. And that's why it seemed like people are now trying to grab this to put everything together. But it's clearly showing them that they have not have a proper procedure way of doing things.
First of all, national security are not supposed to be arresting people. The work of arresting people is done by the police in regular countries. National security is supposed to maintain security. Police are the ones that maintain law and order. Like whenever you've seen these arrest warrants online, right? People go to report that at the police station. They don't go to the National Security Services. So I feel like there's a lot of mix-up when it comes to what falls under the jurisdiction of the national security and the police.
Yeah, there's a lot of mix-up, and that's why sometimes it's very difficult like to compare South Sudan with other countries.
True.
Because, for example, in Kenya, the National Security Intelligence, their work is to provide the intelligence to the security organs within the country.
Yeah.
The people that I know that arrest people are the DCI and the police, but not the national security. But in South Sudan, I've never heard of the DCI.
We have military intelligence.
Am I?
Amin.
Oh, Amin. Yeah, so yeah, it might like in South Sudan might be a different case, right? But they should clearly state it that which body in South Sudan should be responsible for arresting of individuals, investigating and arresting people. And again, there's something that I've also observed.
Yeah.
In South Sudan, if I have case with you, I can just go to a police station, record a statement, and then the police come and arrest you and throw you in. So long as I've said arrest him.
Yeah.
They don't look at some of the facts. Take, for example...
take their statement and then see
how to address it.
Yeah.
Because if somebody is taking me to the police station because I've not paid back their money...
That's a civil case.
I'm not supposed to be detained. I'm supposed to open a court in a civil court.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be detained. But what do? Just open, then you are thrown in.
It's first come, first served.
Yes.
You can even be the person with the problem, but because you were the first to report the incident, you end up telling the hunter's side of the story.
Yes.
And then they take your side, and the innocent person ends up suffering. And having to undergo those detention and stuff.
Yes. And those people at the police station do not have a proper way of addressing your issue. Yeah. Yet this person has come to say you are here because of this reason and this reason, and this is why we are arresting you. This is your way of addressing this issue. Let's say if it is about paying the money, then you either talk to the person how you'll pay, and then you go out, or you make another arrangement. But it's not just somebody throwing you in, then they go sleep at their home, and then they make live videos. I've seen people making live videos saying that, Achamai. Yes, I've thrown him or her into the police cell. And then they will be bragging here on the internet. So it's not good. We should have
because of lawlessness.
Yes.
Like if we were a country that strictly follows the rules and laws, then people would follow the right channels of addressing some of these matters. If it's a civil case, you address it through the civil courts. If it's a criminal case, then there has to be some investigations even before you are arrested.
Yeah.
So that they have at least some evidence linking you to that crime. Yeah. And different cases like have a different way of progressing. But it seems there's a lot of bribery.
Yes.
And also with connections, like if you know somebody that knows somebody, then your cases become very easy. You just make phone calls and your enemy is thrown in.
Yeah.
They rot behind bars. Yeah. And also this thing of people being detained for so long without like reasonable cause. And then you end up releasing them after some time without proper trial. This thing is kind of causing a lot of problems.
Yes.
Because
and misuse of power too.
Yes. Because someone would just come out like you don't really understand why you were arrested and then detained for that long. And there's no compensation. There has to be severe consequences on these matters. If you arrest someone, you have to provide very good reasons as to why. And if it comes out that you were trying to manipulate the system, then you should be fine. And this individual who was detained unlawfully has to be compensated.
Yes.
That way, other people will not do the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, now that we are talking of arrest and detention with no trial, there's something that I've been seeing on social media from time to time, but I haven't given it a real attention. People say Akolkor is under house arrest. How true or false is that statement? Because he was arrested before, if he was arrested, then he was arrested before this of Machar. It was last year around November or December.
It was in November.
Yes.
After he was fired.
Yes.
And then they had like a gunfire at his place. Yeah, that was around November 24th.
Yeah, at the area of Tongpenya. Then it was said that it was moved to a different area.
Yeah.
By Amarat or something like that.
The government said the reason why there was that fight was because they were trying to move him from Tungpin to around Jebel to relocate him because his house is in Tungpin. Yeah. And they said that area is very busy. It has a lot of, let's say, diplomatic missions and stuff. And then having a lot of security presence there because he was under house arrest was not a wise idea. So that's why they wanted to move him to Jebel. And forces that are loyal to him, that is General Akolkur, did not agree with that. So they ended up opening fire between the two. And
yes, and this is why...
And he ended up being taken to Jebel.
After some talk.
Yes.
And if it's still under house arrest, then when is his case going to be heard?
After Machar's case.
So you see, there are a lot of things that are happening here. And there was this other guy that was released other day. I think they say it was coming from P-Board and whatever. And then he was arrested. And then when he was released, his community members had to release a statement. Anyway, we are digressing. Let's go back to our case.
Okay, before you go back, like that of Akolkur, people said, including Pagana Amum, that he is suffering the consequences of misuse of power and also something that he highly championed. I think there's a bill that was tabled in Parliament and it ended up being passed. And Akolkur was one of those supporting it. this kind of unwarranted arrest. Yeah.
So he should
and
enjoy.
He ended up suffering the same consequences.
So
it's like he did not see himself out of power.
So you people are saying, you and Pagana Mom and the rest, that he should enjoy the fruit of his labor.
Please. It's small.
All right. Yeah. So
this is a good lesson to everybody. That today you might be the president, but tomorrow you don't know who's going to take over from you.
Yeah.
You might be a director today and tomorrow you'll be a nobody. So tread carefully.
Yes. So now let's go back to our case of today, the court proceeding.
Yeah.
So the prosecution team presented 4 documents. Can you please read for us?
The documents.
Yes.
Okay, so the following documents were presented by Dr. Sabri Wani Ladu, who is a member of the prosecution team. And these documents include an authorization letter to initiate the trial and a ministerial order establishing the investigation and prosecution committee. Other documents include an arrest sanction for Dr. Riek Machar, issued by the head of the executive, and a resolution by the National Transitional Legislative Assembly waiving the immunity of lawmaker Gatwech Lam Puoch.
Okay, this means even an MP has immunity because Gatwech Lam Puoch is the MP for Nasir.
Yeah, Nasir County.
So the parliament or the speaker, whoever can waive that, so that whoever that is proceeding or that is having case against him can continue with the case.
Yes.
So that letter was issued to waive that. So Gatwech has nothing to say, but so yeah. So what that's, and then they also insisted on something else.
The prosecution insists that authorization be marked as prosecution document number 1 for the following reasons. 1, the crime committed is related to public interest, whereby any person who preserves the national security has the right to initiate the case according to Section 34 of the Code of Criminal Procedure Act and also Section 35 of the same Act. Yeah.
And on the defense team, this is what Gary Raimondo Lege said. He objected to the prosecution document that were provided, citing there was a lack of jurisdiction by the Ministry of Justice. And this is what Machar earlier stated. You remember when he said that this committee formed by the Ministry of Justice lacked jurisdiction because it's supposed to be the CTAM. They're supposed to do that. And he went ahead to say it. This is Dr. Gary. He went ahead to say this document was issued from an authorized jurisdiction. The incident of Nasir is just a mere violation of the cessation of hostilities and ceasefire. And therefore, all these are the terms and article of the revitalized agreement, which was signed on September 12, 2018. And then he also mentioned that the members who were investigating are now on the prosecution team, prosecuting, which is inconsistent with the procedural fairness. Like, how do investigators end up on the prosecution team? Is that how it happened in other countries?
No.
I think that's how it happened, right?
Investigators. No, like the work of investigators is to gather evidence, right? That is tying
Get the facts
you to
together.
a crime. Yeah. And then they'll present it in court. And sometimes, if, let's say, that depending on the type of evidence, a subject matter expert might be called as a witness to come and give the expert witness. Yeah. But then the way this guy is putting it, that is Dr. Gary, it seems like the people who are doing the investigations are part of the prosecution lawyers.
Yes, that's how he's putting it now.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the case.
He should have mentioned some of the people. And the only people that can differentiate, okay, he has already talked with those on Machar. If he said that some of the some of the prosecution team members, except I'm sure Ajo was not part of the...
He's a lawyer, he cannot
yes.
be an investigator.
Yes. So it's the other lawyers that are remaining there. So maybe one or two among them were the one that actually went to investigate.
Yeah.
We are not sure of that. The only people that can tell us the truth are the 8 accused. They know the people that went to investigate them. They're the one that can say, these guys were investigating us the other day, and then they are now standing there as part of prosecution team.
Yeah, because in this case, the person who was leading the investigation as the lead investigator and police commissioner of Northern Barrel Ghazal State, his name is Major General Basilio Thomas Wani. But then if you go down to the prosecution team, we have Dr. Sabri Wani Ladu. Those are different people. So it's not like the same Wani who's presenting the investigations is part of the prosecution. But
maybe
anyway,
we can't really tell, but yeah. So let's say, let's go ahead.
Yeah.
And then the defense team also challenged the prosecution document containing the executive order, executive sanction ordering Machar arrest. You remember among those four letters that were presented to the judges?
4 documents.
Yes. So one of them had that executive sanction for arrest of Machar. They challenged that. They argued that the order was unconstitutional, stating that the president has no authority to issue arrest orders directly, and that the proper method to authorize proceeding against the first vice president is through impeachment.
Yes.
For the, how do you call it, executive sanction ordering Machar arrest, I don't know how South Sudan work, because I actually wanted to have some explanation on this. I don't know how South Sudan work. But I don't think if the president has powers of arresting anyone in South Sudan, he cannot execute that and he cannot give orders. I don't think it is allowed by the Constitution.
Okay.
What he can do, if you have an issue with anybody, he can report to an investigative
the relevant
authorities to go do their work.
Yeah.
But it's not to say, I give you these orders, go and arrest this person. You remember what happened in Kenya?
Yeah.
When the chief Lagat, Deputy
Inspector
General had an issue with somebody, he did not order an arrest of that person. He launched a complaint to the investigative body, which is the DCI, Directorate of Criminal Investigation, saying that I have complaint against this person. Can you investigate?
Okay, and the but DCI, still, he allegedly misused his powers.
It's a little bit complicated, but I'm just giving you an example that him himself, he did not win an arrest, or he did not tell people go and arrest him now. As per him, what he said, I have issue with this person, investigate.
That and they are defaming him.
Yes, and then the investigating team went to arrest the person to come and explain, and something else happened. I just want to explain that that there's a body that's supposed to be arresting people.
In reality, or like in paper, that is in the books?
Yeah, in the books.
You don't arrest people directly. Even if you are a police officer yourself.
Yeah, you launch a complaint and then somebody
report the case. And then that's because of conflict of interest. Because you might decide kumalizana na mtu, or like you eliminate someone and stuff. Yeah, but literally, like in real life, these people in positions of power, they misuse their powers and end up doing things that would even cost them.
Yes.
Because and I also feel like you have that power, so why do you have to go and report the case, and when you can just make a phone call to someone you know and fulfill your wishes?
Yes. So that misuse of power. And the fact that Gary mentioned the idea of impeachment, I wanted to come to this idea of the deputy president of Kenya and the president. You remember during the Gen Z protest
last year?
Yes. He was in Mombasa, issuing a press briefing on his own, and then the president, Rigiji, and then the president is in the capital, Nairobi. issuing a statement. That's not how it's supposed to work. And then after a few months...
They issued kind of contradictory statements.
Yes. And then after a few months, there were allegations that...
No, I think it's the president who first issued his statement, and then Rigiji issued a contrary statement.
Yes.
It was kind of siding with the Gen Zs, and then he was kind of making it seem like he understands.
And it was also blaming the national security,
the inspector general, and the
national security head of national security for Kenya,
the minister for interior.
Yes. So after a few months, there were some allegations that he was the one that was behind the whole thing because he wanted to overthrow the government.
Yeah, they said he was sponsoring the Gen Z protest.
Yes, through the Gen Z protest so that they can take over the presidency.
At that time, they already had issues with the president. He had even been removed from the WhatsApp group at the State House.
Yes. So I'm coming to this part of arresting, of this president order arresting people. You see, after all these allegations, the president of Kenya never issued an arrest warrant for him to be arrested.
But he made sure he's impeached.
Yes, so he was impeached and such kind of things, but he was not even arrested after the impeachment. So that means the president himself, even when they are mad at you, they don't have that ability of saying, I'm going to exercise the powers, arrest this person. No, that's not how it works. And South Sudan, we should learn that things are changing. This is not 1985, where John Garang used to call his shot and that's it. And then in 2005, when
But then we didn't have any constitution, I think.
There was no constitution. There were no real courts. Most of them were court martial or traditional court system.
Customary laws.
Yes. So that what happened. And then also, the prosecution team, they countered Article 44 of the Code of Criminal Procedure Act.
They countered the objection of the defense team, saying that Article 44 of the Code of Criminal Procedure Act empowers the Minister of Justice to form such committees, and noted that the court had already affirmed its jurisdiction in an earlier ruling, which is what we did last time, right?
Yes.
I think it was during the Wednesday or the Monday session. During the Monday session, that's when they affirmed.
But these were two different things. What the court affirmed on that day was the jurisdiction as a competent court.
Yes.
But not of an investigation committee.
Yeah, they talked of that, of their competence as a court, and also the immunity. If you
they talk of the immunity and their competency as a court.
Case,
But these people are talking of the committee, not the court, the committee that was formed to investigate.
Yeah.
This is where the defense team were saying no. But then this, go ahead. To me,
Okay. And then they say the prosecution also dismissed the objection on Machar's immunity, noting that the case concerns the first vice president, not the president. It stated that the court had already ruled Machar has no immunity in this matter, and that under Section 44 of the Code of Criminal Procedure Act, the head of the executive has powers to issue such a sanction under Chapters 3 and 4 of the Penal Code. That is, the president can issue a sanction if they want something to be done, like an arrest or investigation to be started and stuff.
Yeah.
And they cited a penal code, right?
Yeah, so this is where it is important. If you're somebody that's so invested in this case, you're supposed to be having your document all together. The 2011 Constitutions, the 2008
the peace agreement,
everything. And every time these people cite anything, you go there and you read for yourself.
To look for that penal code. Lawyers are misusing it on Facebook.
Yes, because when they just say Article 40 something and then they put in these words, if you as a regular person, if you don't go in and read for yourself to understand, yes, by the virtue of having no knowledge, you will think that, no, what I say is the right one.
And they are all convincing.
Yes. And then again, the presiding judge, James Alala Deng, ruled by accepting the 4 prosecution documents submitted by the prosecution team. So he accepted to take the documents.
Yes, and they said that the court decided and endorsed prosecution document 1, 2, 3, and 4, which are what we said earlier, and that the court is going to adjourn until the coming Monday at the same time, 9:30 a.m. Yes.
Which is on Monday, November 6th. And so the judge noted that the defense
will have the opportunity to cross-examine and clarify inconsistencies in the recorded statements at a later stage. That the investigator concluded Friday's session by affirming that all statements had been formally entered into the record.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening. That's what's going to happen on Monday. But cross-examination is always easy, like when we have people that are witnesses, or this case of, like the cases that have followed a lot, are these of impeachment in Kenya, where members of the National Assembly that are bringing charges against the governor or the deputy president, they are cross-examined by the lawyers from each team, questioning some of the things that they're saying to prove. And then,
it's mostly the defense lawyers that do the cross-examination.
Yes.
Because let's say, for example, like in case of Rigiji,
Yes.
the former deputy president of Kenya, his lawyers were questioning some of the people who are like the individuals who submitted the motion to impeach him, and some of the things that were cited in that impeachment motion and all that.
Yeah, so that's the summary of the day 6 court proceeding for Machar and the 7 accused. Yeah, so Machar is maintaining that he has immunity. If you want to read more, go into all the articles that are being cited, or the documents, which is 2011 Constitution, 2018 Peace Agreement, and
Penal Code of 208, the Criminal
Penal Code of 2008
procedure.
Yes, so go read them, and then you can decide for yourself.
We will try to look for the soft copies if they are available online. We already have 2. So the penal code I'm going to check, and then we can put the link.
Yeah, it's always good to read if you are able to read.
Yes.
Just not just to argue for the sake of arguing. Argue with facts. If you are able to open the 2011 Constitution and refer to some of the articles that are being cited, and you argue from that point, at least it makes sense, right? But don't just argue for the sake of you want to argue.
Yeah, you can also search by key words, right? Like specific terms like immunity.
Yes.
Going to list all the places with immunity, and then you just follow the drop-down menu. Yeah, if you are looking at the vice president, what are his privileges and stuff, you can search. Or if you have time, you can read everything. But for the interest of time, look at the specific
articles that are being cited.
Chapters.
Yes, in this case. Yeah. All right, so that's it for Jimosi podcast. Please consider subscribing, share, like, and leave a comment, and see you in the next video.
We will read all of them and respond
yes,
accordingly.
Yes.
And the court case will continue next week on Monday, which is on the 6th of October, 2025. We will still do another reflection, and if we get the recording, we'll throw it in.
Yes.
For now, peace out.
All right.
Road to 3,000.
Yes.